Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the Glock 19. I happen to have a Gen 5, but everything I say is going to apply to all the generations, really. And almost everything I'm going to say is going to apply to the full-size 17 as well. I just happen to like the 17, right? I was going to start this out with a video, little like history lesson, like I usually do. But I think we all kind of know what's up with the Glock full-size platform, right? This was adopted in 1982 by the Austrian military. By the mid-80s, it was adopted by the Swedes and Norwegians. By the 2000s, it was adopted by the English law enforcement agencies across the U.S. This is a popular weapon with civilian shooters, law enforcement, militaries. It's been on every continent in almost every conflict in the last 50 years. The Glock 19 is just a Glock 17 that's small, right? There was interest in a compact version of the 17, so by 1988, Glock released this. Every generation coincides with the generation of the 17. So by 1988, when we had the Gen 3 17, we had a Gen 3 19. And then when the Gen 5 17 came out, we got a Gen 5 19. Terrific handgun. Anyway, intro out of the way. So I think the Glock 19, I know there are people online who love them. There are people online who hate them. But overall, you know what you're getting with this firearm, right? For like $500, you're getting something that won't jam, right? You're getting something that is going to accept magazines that we have in all sorts of sizes, shapes, capacities. You're getting something that is proven, something with a huge aftermarket, and something that fits pretty well in most people's hands, right? Fits well in my hand. The Glock 19 is, in my opinion, just a great size for doing just about anything you want to do with a handgun. It is small enough that you can definitely concealed carry this. Put some footage in there, right? It conceals pretty well, right? It's small enough that it's not going to print too badly, but you still have 15 rounds on tap. And it still fits, right? My hand fits perfect on there, right? I'm about 5'10", just shy of 180 pounds. And the Glock 19 fits my hands just about perfectly. If you were any larger than me, the 17 would probably fill the same role, right? If you're taller than 6 foot and weigh over 200 pounds, this is probably just gonna fit you better. And you're probably big enough that you can conceal this appendix style. I'm not, right? So that is why I prefer the 19. Very reliable handgun, right? I'm saying that as if that matters, but I mean, you can look up thousands of videos. You can talk to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who've carried these in high stress situations, and they do function, right? They function very easy. They're easy to clean, right? The parts are simple. You have 4 major components, right? Super easy. Whoa. Fuck me, bro. It just ran away. It just fucking ran away. All right. Found it. 4 components, 1 trigger pin. If you want a new trigger, Timony makes a great trigger, right? Striker fired system, recoil operated, terrific firearm, very, very simple. Mine's kind of dirty. I shoot it fairly often. In fact, this is probably the handgun I shoot more than any other handgun I own. It's also large enough, this could be a duty pistol, right? If you're a cop, right, this would make a fine duty gun. Right, you throw your flashlight on there, throw a 17-round mag, or I know a lot of people run the 15s with the base plates. I don't run them because I think they look kind of gay, but either way, Glock 17 mag. Now you have 17 rounds on tap, plus 1 in the chamber with your light. Not a bad setup for a full-size duty gun, right? And then pull this off. I know a lot of guys run weapon lights on their concealed carry, but I build my own holsters, and it's hard to build them with a flashlight, so I just keep it like this. Yeah, shit YouTube video. What can I say, right? All right, so for my comparison gun, this is a Generation 3 Glock 17. And I actually bought this one about a month before I bought this one. I was on kind of a Glock kick at the time. I thought they were cool. I'd never owned a 9mm or anything polymer framed before, or anything striker fired. I only had a 1911 actually at that point. So I got both of these. I got a pretty good deal on them, right? But as you can see, right, Generation 3, you have a ton of aftermarket. I think probably the most aftermarket, right? They're still producing the Gen 3, I'm pretty sure. I have Ameriglow FBI operator sights on there. Tritium, I like the green in the front, green in the back. I have actually the exact same sights on here. The sights are interchangeable between these, right? On the Generation 3, you're going to have finger grooves. A lot of people don't like them. I think they're kind of cool. And then a little bit of like stippling almost inside the finger grooves. You're going to have one slide release, and it's going to be on the left-hand side of the gun. The right-hand side is smooth. There is nothing there. Overall, terrific gun. Very basic. I like the upgrades that come with the Generation 5. You lose your finger grooves. It's just smooth. This one happens to be stippled and pretty heavily modified. You get an extended mag release, or slide release, and mag release. Both of them are extended. They're enlarged, right? It's kind of hard to tell, but it is definitely wider. And a lot easier to hit on here. And then you also get one on the right-hand side of the gun. So if you're a left-handed shooter, it'll work, right? Which is pretty cool. I don't use the left-hand slide release very often, but I like that it's there. And I like that it's extended, right? You actually have a different trigger between these two. You lose that second pin, which is interesting. But other than that, they're very similar firearms. Magazines are, of course, interchangeable. Back straps are interchangeable. Same rail section and same dimensions. You have the same safety trigger, right? You can't push that down unless you push down the blade. No external safety of any kind, but that's just a Glock thing. People will argue. People have argued. People will continue to argue about whether or not that's good. I prefer having an external safety, but for the price and reliability that Glock offers, I am okay foregoing that safety, especially if I have a good holster that I think protects the trigger well, right? But overall, terrific handgun. There's not much for me to say that hasn't been said by a lot of people with a lot more experience than me. I've put thousands of rounds. I've probably put about 1,000 rounds through this, and then easily 4,000 or 5,000 rounds through this one over the last 4 years. Yeah, I would say so. I've shot this handgun a lot, and it does just function. It's functioned in Alaska. It's functioned in Georgia. It's functioned everywhere in between. Freezing temperatures, boiling temperatures. Terrific handgun. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry about the rush on this video. Definitely not what I wanted to put out this week, but I have projects on the back burner that will be done by next week, and I needed to get something out for the YouTube algorithm. So if you don't post weekly, if you don't keep to your schedule, YouTube drops you in the trash and it will take weeks to get me back on track, right? So I hope this tides you over, right? I'll be having real good reviews. I have some interviews lined up with some very important military people, right? Very cool operators. So stay tuned, right? Leave a comment in the comments what you want me to review, what you want me to talk about. And yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.